As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Cops or criminals. What I'm saying is this.
Crime is about as a fluid genre as you can get, which makes creating a list of the best crime movies even more difficult. Crime dramas, crime thrillers, and crime comedies are all valuable. So, get ready to dive into the world of crime, suspense, and unforgettable stories. These top 10 crime movies are a roller coaster of emotions, with each of them delivering their own unique twist and turn. From the iconic The Godfather to the mind-bending Pulp Fiction, these movies will keep you hooked from start to finish. So grab your snacks, dim the lights, and let's get ready for an epic movie marathon you won't forget soon. At number 10, we have Scarface. In Brian De Palma's award-winning classic Scarface, Al Pacino effectively portrays one of his most memorable roles, the violent drug lord Tony Montana. The movie is set in Miami and shows Tony's risky struggle to dominate the local drug trade at any cost. Tony expects hostility and bloodshed from all sides, and his drug enterprise continues to grow. Apart from Al Pacino's outstanding performance, which brought life to the power-hungry character, the film is renowned for its terrifying yet thrilling portrayal of the speedy underbelly of the drug trade. Scarface provides viewers with an insight into the precarious and transcendently prosperous life of crime that few people lead through its realistic depiction of Miami's drug trade and the rise and fall of its protagonist. Arguably speaking, protagonist. After how he turned on his homie and his sister in a weird way, but not really, in a fit of rage and jealousy. I don't know about calling him a protagonist, but I guess that's a fair term for this character. Coming in at number 9, we have Heat, produced in 1995. Heat, directed by Michael Mann, is a famous crime movie that boasts some incredible performances, particularly from his two key characters, master criminal Neil McCauley, who was well played by Robert De Niro, and a dedicated investigator, Lieutenant Vincent Hanma, who was acted by Al Pacino. McCauley is the boss of a notorious gang who is planning for one final lucrative job before saying goodbye to crime. Lieutenant Hanna is in charge of bringing them to justice, but she fights with personal issues along the way. Lieutenant Hanna is in charge of bringing them to justice, but he fights with personal issues along the way. The movie is a sophisticated game of cat and mouse that focuses on the inventive ways both sides outwit each other and the surprising respect that develops between them as a result. When combined with exciting action sequences and impressively realistic heists, it's easy to see why the 1995 classic has withstood the test of time so very well. At number 8, we have The Usual Suspects, produced in 1995. The Usual Suspects, directed by Bryan Singer, is widely recognized as one of the best crime films ever made, with one of the most memorable story twists. The plot revolves around a group of career criminals who band together for a botched theft that is soon linked by the authorities to a broader conspiracy. The entire film revolves around the interrogation of the heist's sole survivor, Verbal Kint, which was acted by Kevin Spacey. He relates the wild plot that wouldn't be possible without the intriguing criminal mastermind, Kaiser Soze. Aside from its iconic twist, The Usual Suspect is remembered for its spectacular lineup scene and a handful of funny lines. The film is captivating from start to finish due to the complexity of its plot and the genuinely heart-pounding and exhilarating moments leading to its big reveal. The Departed is gripping our 7th spot, which was produced in 2006, and it centers on the complex relationship between two guys who end up on different sides of the same criminal organization: Matt Damon's Colin Sullivan and Leonardo DiCaprio's Billy Costigan. The crime thriller, which is set in the busy streets of Boston, follows Colin's quest to join the police force and Billy's experiences as an undercover police officer breaking into the gang. An investigation to uncover the police department's mole increases the complexity of the situation, and the two characters traverse the difficulties of their separate aims in one of the best investigation films ever made. It quickly becomes evident that reaching their distinct goals will not be easy. The riveting drama will keep spectators glued to their screens as the protagonist's adventures lead up to an explosive finish, and it does not end well for everyone. At number 6, we have The Green Mile, produced in 1999. This movie is a legendary masterpiece directed by Frank Darabont, which follows Warden Supervisor Paul Edgecombe, played by Tom Hanks, and a new convict on death row, John Coffey, acted by Michael Clark Duncan. John has been accused of a horrible crime that results in the death of 2 young girls, but his supernatural abilities quickly cause Paul to question whether he is truly guilty. Those who have watched it know that it's a heartbreaking film that's too terrible to view again. It's impossible not to root for the sweet and naive John, who builds a true connection with Paul. Everyone around John changes, including the audience. The crime element is intertwined with fantasy and drama, making it a captivating film. At number 5, we have The Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese. At number 5, we have The Goodfellas, produced in 1990 and directed by Martin Scorsese. It's based on a true story of a mob associate, Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta. It follows his ascension to power, as well as the changes in their lifestyle, relationships, and tolerance for murder and other crimes from 1955 to 1980. The gangster movie offers a fascinating new take on the genre, depicting the complexity of negotiations between men and the younger generation. It shows viewers what kind of criminal action and sacrifice is expected of persons who choose a life in the mafia. At number 4, we have Pulp Fiction, produced in 1994. This is a chaotic crime movie that made filmmaker Quentin Tarantino famous. Set in Los Angeles, the movie is narrated from several perspectives and weaves together many crime stories. The plot includes the retrieval of a mysterious suitcase for criminal Marcellus Wallace, played by Ving Rhames, a twisted version of Bonnie Clyde, and A Night Gone Wrong with Mia Wallace, played by Uma Thurman, and more. The film is regarded as Tarantino's masterpiece, with an unmistakable unique tone, mood, and characters. It is culturally a significant work of art and still parodied and referenced in various types of media today. At number 3, we have 12 Angry Men, produced in 1957. The renowned courtroom drama 12 Angry Men, directed by Sidney Lumet, revolves around the titular jurors who struggle to reach an accord in a hot and stuffy jury courtroom at the New York County Courthouse. The case features a young teenager accused of murdering his own father. The film is famous for its great dialogue, complicated characters, and the utilization of a single setting for the bulk of the film. It is frequently cited as one of the best films of 1950s because it is frequently cited as one of the best films of the 1950s because it raised relevant and hard-hitting questions regarding the justice system and racism in a thought-provoking fashion that can move and encourage people to reevaluate their own ideas. Okay, folks, number 2 and 1 is not fair. At number 2, we have The Godfather Part 2, a sequel and prequel to the 1972 film, and continues director Francis Ford Coppola's epic crime trilogy. It explores 2 main storylines: Don Vito's roots and his experience creating the powerful mafia. Don Vito was acted by Robert De Niro and Horace Baldini, and Michael's increasingly violent and perilous encounter as the family's new patriarch, Michael, was acted by Al Pacino. The absorbing sequel adds new insights and nuances to the complexity of Sicilian's clan's relationships, betrayals, and perils. Coppola demonstrates that he has more to show spectators than what life is like for a gangster, since they aren't the humorous and witless villains that they are typically portrayed to be in the film business. Yeah, 2 and 1 isn't fair, guys, because at number 1 we have The Godfather, produced in 1972. The Godfather is a classic crime movie that needs no introduction. The legendary movie is based on Mario Puzo's eponymous 1969 novel and follows the Sicilian dynasty led by Vito Corleone, acted by Marlon Brando. Apart from exposing the cruelty and risky operations that are so frequent in the mafia, it follows Michael Corleone, acted by Al Pacino, and his ascent to power. It would not be an exaggeration to argue that Coppola's masterwork resurrected the gangster genre with its remarkable portrayal of psychologically complex characters, shedding new light on the inner workings of the mafia. The first movie is still the greatest of the trilogy and holds up really well, even now. I hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey through the top 10 must-watch crime movies of all time. These cinematic gems have captivated audiences for years with their gripping stories, intense performances, and unforgettable moments. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Consider subscribing for one time to our Patreon in the link below. This does a great job of supporting this channel. You can find that in the description of this video. I'm Yaboyrocklee, your host.